Welcome everyone to this morning's Community and Sport Committee meeting for the 16th of July 2024. Just noting all committee members are in attendance. I'll start off with the acknowledgement of country this morning. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and stories of proud people. Are there any declarations of interest in matters on the agenda today? There being no declarations of interest, I'll move to business outstanding, of which I believe there is nil. Confirmation of minutes. I'll seek a mover from the floor for the confirmation of the minutes. Moved by Councillor Madden, seconded by Councillor Augustine. Any discussion on those minutes this morning? I'll proceed to the vote. Those in favour of adopting recommendation, that's unanimous and carried. One report this morning is the Community Funding and Support Allocations Status Report, 1 April to 30 June 2024. Are there any questions for officers? Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, Mayor, Councillors. Melissa Dower, Community Services Manager, and I've also got Sarah. Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah Shea, Senior Community Funding Officer.
Thank you. Through the Chair, thank you, Ms Davis Shea. In regards to the community funding, that many grants, which is great to see, have they all been acquitted yet?
No, they've got up to 12 months to acquit. Some projects last a bit longer than others. Some are quite instant, like community events and quick projects, but there's some that are a bit longer term. So up to 12 months.
Okay. And obviously, we changed a little while ago to make sure that councils acknowledge, like the state and the federal governments do. Is that happening across the board with all the recipients?
We believe so, and we've been doing some spot checks as well as within our funding guidelines. We've put some commentary in there in regards to the acknowledgement. Once they receive their notification, we also acknowledge again that they need to extend the invitation. So we believe so, but I can't guarantee 100%, Mayor, but we are doing spot checks and making sure that that's adhered to.
So, oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. We do ask on our acquittal forms that they provide images or a link to a website or Facebook page, if so be it. They do have to show where they have acknowledged council funding with the logo on their flyers. For instance, we do ask for copies of those as well. And we do have the fact sheet now that we send when we give them their funding.
Yep. If it's not acknowledged, if it's it might be the first time they've done it, what's the process? Do they still get their money or not? And how we ensure that doesn't happen again?
Well, a lot of the time they actually receive the funding and we're not aware until they provide the acquittal in regards to how they've acknowledged council. We do share and we state though that if they aren't acknowledging council, it can impact future funding. Okay. And, in regards to the assessment, we do take that into consideration.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Liv. Oh, I was just going to thank you. I note that all the conflicts of interest that were listed in the beginning, thank you very much. It's really appreciate the organisation doing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You go, Jim.
Councillor Madden.
My only question was with regard to the confidentiality of this information. This information is freely available, and I could, let it be known that these grants have been made.
Yes, you sure can.
Good, thank
They're also on the Transparency Hub as well.
Thank you.
Councillor Antonelli.
Yeah, just for familiarisation with this report, because this is the first time we've seen this. So just a question in relation to how the report is written. So I'm looking at each of the funding where I take it the total funds allocated is allocated at that time, is it? Or is that the year to date?
No, this is just for this quarter.
Right, for the quarter. Oh, okay, thank you. That was my, do we get any information as to what the balance of the year-to-date budget for that is as well? Is that in the same report anywhere, or
You mean,
available
was everything-
anywhere?
was everything- It was all
Inclusion?
expended last financial year.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, yeah. But,
So this one being the final one, you'll note in the next 3 quarters that come your way that it will have how much has been expended and that balance.
oh, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions this morning? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
The questions being exhausted, I'll seek a mover for the recommendation this morning. Moved by Councillor Augustine, seconded by Councillor Johnnick. Any discussion this morning from the committee? Mayor?
I'll start again. I didn't have my microphone on. My apologies. So I thank the organisation for showing all the conflicts of interest from council staff. I think that shows good governance. But it's also wonderful to see 74 applicants sharing more than $303,500 for 81 community events and projects. All of these funding grants can be seen online on Council's Transparency Integrity Hub, usually at the end of each month. This funding went towards events such as the Anzac Day services and marches, the Ipswich Labor Day event, agricultural shows, and much, much more. These funds are also provided for purchasing of sporting equipment for sporting clubs, school holiday programs, and some really great workshops and programs for artists. So to assist the community in being more successful and continue being successful for a community funding grant, there was a Stronger Communities grant writing workshop held on the 24th of June with 37 attendees, which is great. And that grant writing workshop isn't just how to apply for a council grant. It does take you through how to apply for the many, many grants available from philanthropic organisations to the state and federal government as well.
Any further discussion this morning from the committee? There being no further discussion, I'll put the matter to the vote. Those in favour? That's unanimous and carried. I have no notices of motion this morning or matters arising. I'll declare the meeting closed at 11:49 a.m. With the next meeting to commence at 11:59.